Alright folks, welcome to another Motor stream. It is time for some AmuLIT, because it's Thursday, and the deck is not unplayable. So, we're going to be trying out a couple of new things today. Number one, you're going to see that Pact of Negation found its way back into the main deck. I'm not sure about this. I honestly have been kind of liking Primal Command, but the main reason to do this is because I wanted to make some room, clear some room in the sideboard to try a couple of new cards, some sticky cards, if you may say so, right? Because they're spiders, you know, spider webs are sticky. So first of all, Spore Web Weaver. This is a card I honestly did not know it existed until Jose mentioned it on the podcast this past week, which is gonna be going live today, so you can check that out a little bit later today. 3 mana, 1/4, reach, hexproof from blue, and whenever it is dealt damage, you gain 1 life and you create a 1/1 green sapperling creature. So this card is pretty solid against stuff like Burn or any sort of aggressive deck, but it's particularly great against the blue-red prowess deck. Number one, because it blocks both of the flyers. Of course, it's a spider, it has reach. And number two, because it has hexproof from blue, which one of the main ways that the prowess deck has of getting rid of big blockers like this one is through Vapor Snack. So having access to you know, hexproof from blue, it's actually a big deal in there, because it means that your opponent is going to have to 2-for-1 themselves, and in the process you're going to get a couple of supperlings and you're going to gain a couple of life for your troubles as well. So the Weaver seems interesting. The other one is a card that at this point it's just near and dear to my heart because of its presence in my legacy sideboards against all of the Delver decks. 4 mana, 3/5, Arasta of the Endless Web. It has reach, and whenever an opponent casts an instant or sorcery spell, you create a 1/2 green spider creature token with reach. So, if your opponent wants to start doing Metamorphose nonsense, yeah, you get a bunch of tokens. That's the story. If they also need to 2-for-1 themselves, if they represent, you at least get a 1/2, so you get a block, and then you get to redeploy your Arasta on the following turn. And if they need to kill it, then you at least get a couple of 1/2s and you get a couple of lives. So this card was great back in the Titan Vial days as well, whenever I was trying to find cards to slow down prowess. So you're gonna see that I'm paying a lot of respect to prowess between the Bailots, Fountain, Arastas, etc. So we're gonna see how this list works out. Still very much not sold on this, by the way. I have not really felt the need for this card in my main deck, so and Primal Command has actually been legit for me. I have had okay experiences with it. Prefiero no jugar el card en 4. Ahora no, Pedro. No. En este momento el metagame está muy agresivo. Se llama Karn. Nice. Pero si el meta está muy agresivo y Karn no se lleva bien con metas agresivos. Alright, what do we got on the play? The sand is awesome, so let's keep it. So with any untapped land, we have a turn 3 Titan. Gracer being better by a lot than Scout with this opening hand. Like a lot. Alright, Moto is kind of laggy right now. Also, my opponent's playing Delver. Maybe they wanted to join the Legacy queue and they... Ugh, that actually is a very bad draw for us. Okay, the amount of lag that I have right now, it's kind of insane. This is lagging very, very badly. Double basic island? Of course, the Delver doesn't flip, because Delver doesn't flip ever. It really surprises me that people insist on playing the card Delver of Secrets. So I think I'm just playing a Titan here, right? Like, we run into Mana Leak. Yeah, I guess if we run into Mana Leak, it's just an absolute disaster. Yeah, if we run into Mana Leak, it's just terrible, so we'll probably have to chill. I'm gonna have to play the Dryad, I guess. But then my opponent doesn't... If I don't let my opponent deploy the Brazen Borrower... I think I have to jam here, because I can jam now. I can jam now. My opponent leaks. I mean, if the Titan resolve, we just win. But if my opponent leaks, then that means that they don't play the Borrower. Delver's again not gonna flip because this card is unplayable. So then on the following turn we get attacked for 3. That's fine. We go down to 16. Down to 17, sorry. And then on the following turn we pay for Pact. If we play in the land, we get to deploy our Dryad. And then we go again on the following turn. Yeah, I guess it's... Yeah, I guess it's fine to just jam into a Mana Leak. Particularly if it's something like a Deprive, right? If it's something like a Deprive, then we're actually doing great because my opponent actually gets behind on mana. What made me decide to move Bog back to the main deck? The fact that I was running into a lot of dredge. Mostly that. Main deck pack to negation would inspire. I just talked about that. It's basically I wanted a cyber slot. that's the only explanation. And I wasn't married to the Primal Command, so I didn't, care too much about the command getting. Okay, opponent doesn't want to see it. What do you think about a Scoot Swarm? Could be good in the deck, or is it useless? I don't think it does anything that we're interested in doing. It's cute for sure, but like I don't want cute cards in my deck. I want good cards in my deck. I don't want Rexage, I want Arasta. Arasta actually sounds insane against my opponent's deck. It's hilarious. Just randomly insane. Pact of Negation, I don't want. Got them spiders. Probably want the Dismembers. I guess that we have explosive, so like Dismember just seems a little bit redundant. Just got a couple of explorers. Otras situaciones creo que es necesario forzar el curso del oponente. Sí, solamente si tenés un plan, ¿no? Solamente si estás logrando algo. Y me parece que lo que estábamos logrando es no dejar que mi oponente desarrolle su propio plan. Entonces, como estábamos logrando hacer eso, me parece que tiene sentido forzarlo. Además, teníamos un segundo pacto, ¿no? Ok, I think I'm keeping this. Gracer confirmed broken. Love that all the blue red prowess cyber tech just destroys the deck. Yeah, it's randomly great. It's awesome. Oh yeah, turn 1 Delver. How can I ever beat that, right? Oh wait. Delver is never gonna flip, opponent. Just give up. Delver doesn't flip. How will Delver decks ever beat it? It just doesn't flip. It just doesn't. What are you trying to achieve, opponent? It just doesn't flip. It's not gonna happen. It just does not flip. It's just not a thing that Delver decks can do. Am I just packing for Arasta here? I think I am. Even if we don't draw a land for Titan, we're still looking good. Oh my god, this lag is just unbearable. Oh no, Aether Gust. Friends don't let friends play Delver of Secrets. Folks, just don't play Delver of Secrets in Modern. Well, in a format where Delver actually flips, Grazer is a lot worse at blocking it, right? But Delver just doesn't flip in Modern, so... Also, what the hell was my opponent drawing, right? Like, they had 2 Delvers in play, and for 3 turns, not only did they not play a land, but also their Delver didn't flip. So what did they draw? What did they draw? Like, what were their draw steps? Okay, so we're gonna go turn 1 AmuLIT with this hand, I think. Even if we're playing against aggro, which is the circumstance where this sucks the most, we at least have Grazer. But there's the upside. If we draw any bounce land, we get to play Azusa on turn 2, which is just massive upside, so... Mono enchantments Delver deck. Hopefully we get paired against Prowess and we get to test all of our sideboard nonsense. And by nonsense, of course, I mean sick tech, right? Turn Timber being very, very good right now. I've been considering switching Turn Timber, like with the main deck Breeding Pool, with the main deck Pact, I was considering turning Turn Timber into a Breeding Pool, but still chose to go with Turn Timber. Why did my opponent take literally a minute? They took 1 actual minute to go turn 1 land into Inquisition. Sick tech is always just nonsense at some point. That's some wisdom right there. Bathroom break. That would explain it. Take my S's. You got it. So this has to mean that they have another discard spell. Oh yes. Oh yes! I'm gonna kill you, just say I'm gonna kill you. This is not a main deck card, folks. This is not a main deck card. Not anymore. It used to be a main deck card. This lag is starting to be a little bit unreasonable. Is anybody else experiencing this? Or is it just me? I was watching a little bit of Reed Duke streaming earlier today, and Reed managed to 5-0 with John, so I expect all the John players take out their bling. Oh, Mardu. Okay. Probably Stoneforge. Yep. And Gemstone Mine was the best line in the deck, remember? Those were the times. I don't think we played main deck blue pack since 2019. I think that the key change where everybody just realized that maybe you could just play backed in the sideboard was in the Hogak metagame. Because in the Hogak metagame, like, this card was just so unplayable against Hogak, and Hogak was just so omnipresent that you just couldn't afford to draw this card against Hogak, meaning that you just had to play it in your sideboard. You just had to. There was not really any alternatives. And then after that, you know, everybody was like, oh, I guess that we don't really need back negation anymore. You can just play one off in your sideboard. And even we talked about it a bunch in the cast whenever, like, when all the turn 1 and turn 2 combo decks were all over the place, and we started playing Karn, and how the presence of Karn, how Pact of Negation just wasn't fast enough anymore, so we had to use a card like Karn instead. Mardu just feels so awkward with looting gone. I mean, it's... our hand is non-functional, right? So, like, it's not surprising that we're winning here, that we're losing here. Because, you know, we have many wasted draw steps, but now we cannot find our lands in our 33 land deck. There's 30 lands in my deck right now out of 50 cards. So I guess it's actually not that... I mean, it's definitely above, it's like 66%. No, that's just not how math works. No, it is how math. No, it is not. Never mind. They just pushed my dude? Why? My dude can't block anyway. Why are you pushing my dude? Do they just want to empty their hand for Liliana? Is that what it is? ¿Qué opinas de Titan Shift de Boomer después de los bans? So the thing about Titan Shift is that before, when Green-White Reclaimer was a deck, Titan Shift was basically, in my eyes and in most people's eyes, and for good reason, it was basically a strictly worse version of Green-White Reclaimer, because Green-White Reclaimer was a deck that was doing the same thing Titan Shift was doing, except that it could beat a bunch of cards that Titan Shift could not. Like, for example, Surgical on your Valakuts, and like nonsense like that. So now that that's not the case anymore, and you know, Green-White is just not playable, now there is actually a reason to play Titan Shift again, because you're not playing a strictly worse version of another deck. So yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. It still has the same holes that it always had, but... So... we have to... okay, we are just gonna go for it, because it's not getting any better for us, so... just gonna pack for us, Susa. And if my opponent has Lightning Bolt, it can't be Fatal Push. It needs to be exactly Lightning Bolt. So if my opponent has exactly Lightning Bolt here, we're gonna be in bad shape. If they don't, we're gonna be in okay shape. Seems like we may be in okay shape. I think we're actually pitching... I think we're going to be pitching the Valakut to this Sword of Feast and Famine. I'm not playing around Blood Moon, so if my opponent has Moon, that's fine. But I think I have to bog them because I'm probably not going to be able to beat both Croxa and the Sword. So bog is probably going to be a necessity, and we could do... I definitely want to get another blue source in play. So I guess I just get another semi-growth chamber. If my opponent attacks with everything, I think I don't block. Although no, I guess it's fine, because my opponent would need to have Black Source, Fatal Push, and Liliana to get rid of my Primetime. Oh no, never mind, because they have the sword, so they would just need to have like push plus Lily, which is doable for them. So good. ¿Por qué pacteaste a Susa y no jugaste el titán directo? Porque no me alcanzaba el maná. Tenía 3 tierras en juego y una semi-growth chamber. Eso me da 5 maná. Necesito 6 para castear el titán. La Susa me da más 1 maná. That seems fine. Hornet Queen is interesting. We probably want all 3 explosives. Definitely want Baloth. Definitely want Sage. Maybe don't want Force Vigor. Definitely want Tracker. How do we feel about the spiders? Nah, I don't want spiders, I don't think. Get this filthy Pact Negation out of my deck right now. And I guess I'm not going to be bringing in Raminab until I see something like... I don't know, something that gets rid of my stuff. Of my lands. I guess we kind of have to be mindful of Ashiok. So Ashiok maybe is a reason for wanting Arasta. Yeah, I'm good. I'm coming back for the 11th month. Get me back in that Discord. Wait, are you not in the Discord? Why would you not be in the Discord? Get in there. Get in there, you. Fine keep. Not over the moon about it, but it's a fine keep. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have this card on turn 1, sorry. But if they do, it's like, it's still kind of whatever. I'd rather them not have it. But if they do, it's fine. Now the question is, what do I lead with? I guess it depends on if they make me this card or not. If they don't make me this card, I'm just gonna go turn 1 Forest into AmuLIT. But if, yeah, okay, they have the discard spell, so they're probably gonna take my AmuLIT. So now that the AmuLIT is gone, I guess I want to play around Ashiok. Ah, LOL. Nice thoughtseize. I think I want to play around Ashiok though. Raven's Crime 1 time. Oh yeah. Well, my opponent knows about it, right? So, like, Liliana, Croxa, all of those cards are just gonna be bad now. Probably gonna take explosives here, or turn Timber. Turn Timber. Okay. I'm playing around Ashiok because if my opponent Ashioks me, it's an absolute disaster, so... Do you want Liliana me, opponent? Just nothing, huh? Okay. Here's another land. Do you side in Baloth against Black Red Shadow? Yes, against Black Red Shadow specifically because of Scourge, not against Grixis Shadow. One, two, three. Okay. So we can Titan next turn. Basic planes. Yeah. To be honest, I don't think that that deck is unplayable. I think that the Mardu deck is kind of okay. Better than Jund, let me put it that way. I think that the Mardu deck is better than Jund. And definitely better than Absan too. I think that that is one of the decks that can really leverage the equipment, and having access to Season Pyromancer instead of something like Absent, which doesn't really have access to that kind of card. Like you could have Lures or something like that, but Season Pyro is just so much better. Opponent playing for the trophy. Opponent showcasing the Popper Showcase Prestige thingy. Opponent has offered the split, but we're in here, and folks want to see blood here, and I'm here to deliver. It's a good top deck. Oh, the lag is just killing me. What's going on with the lag today? Am I getting Spell Pierce right now? No. Oh, okay. Am I getting forced? Oh, okay. Just a good old Passerino. Snow covered island. Here's an Explorer. I low-key would really want this to resolve. That's a good pickup. That is a really good pickup. So now we can Titan next turn. So my opponent playing some Scapeshift. It's kind of hot. Yeah, I was talking about playing, but I was talking about playing Lures in the main deck, not in the sideboard. They were just gonna get remanded here. But now we can replay this thanks to Gracer. And I guess I would explore right now just to gather more info. We can go get Pact of Negation here. My opponent doesn't seem to be playing BTL though. So this is land number 1, land number 2. That's 3 damage. Do we have enough mana to transmute for Pact and Titan? We do. Three, 6, 8. Something tells me I have to win this turn. Finally ordered the second half of the deck after years. Nice, congrats. That's awesome. Did you use the TCG Player affiliate link? You're gonna support the stream while you get your paper cards by using the TCG Player affiliate link. One, two, three. Play land number 1. Play land number 2. That's 3 mana. 4, 5. I guess we start here. Three. Transmute for Cavern. 3. So this is 3 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think this is right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I could go get a Pact of Negation here. Alternatively, I could haste. We are at 20 though, so my opponent can't Scapeshift me unless they also have a ramp spell. Would buy it from Digiblade if only they would ship to Argentina. Salina, oh, damn it. TCG player has to get their shit together, I guess, huh? What's this note shipping to Argentina nonsense? Expedition Valakuts, Caverns, and also lots of Borderless went big. You really inspired me to start mode again, and with the beautiful work of... Oh yeah, that is awesome. Makes me super happy to hear that. I think I'm gonna go for haste here. My opponent can tap the team. But this also puts my opponent in a situation where they kind of have to... Like, they just have to tap the team. They have to tap and draw. But I am afraid of my opponent just bouncing my Dryad instead. So I think that this is the line that I want to go for. Wow. They had double lightning bolt. That is very surprising to me. Oh, they were trying to bolt me so their Scapeshift was lethal. That's what happened. But now they need, like, land into Scapeshift, and that's not even good enough. So we're definitely going to get Tolera West. That's the easy part. And bolt into Scapeshift doesn't do it. So we're just going to T-West plus, like, Ghost Quarter. Like, this is some sort of interaction. Because they already have their mountain out, so if we manage to go squat or something, they probably won't be able to go get a basic because their mountain is in play. And then the Titan is lethal next turn. Yeah, my opponent could have stopped what I did. They could have stopped what I did if they had bolted the Dryad. Double bolted the Dryad. Definitely feels good to kind of get away with murder there. Kind of got away with murder there. Our list is not particularly well suited for the Scapeshift matchup, which, by the way, is historically a pretty bad matchup for us. I'm gonna bring in some trackers because my opponent might be playing some Ashioks. I don't think I want anything else. We're just gonna try to combo them out fairly quickly, or as quick as we can. Bofferos basics are on their way. Big fan. I tend to dress up as him for Halloween and parties. Nice. That's great. Yeah, this hand's great. Turn 1 Cavern on Human AmuLIT. Turn 2 Uncounterable Azusa. Reset Cavern. Good times. I wonder if my opponent, because they're running Explore. I wonder if they're playing any form of turn 1 counter magic. Also, if we draw Tracker, we can make the Tracker uncounterable too. Opt just seems so bad to me in this kind of deck. Historically, Scapeshift didn't even play Serum Visions. Pretty solid top deck there. Show me that Aether Gust. If they gust this, I'm gonna put Azusa back on top. Okay, they play the tap land. Since they play the tap land, I am free to play any land that I want. So I guess I'm gonna play... I guess I'm still gonna play Cavern on Giant. And then I guess I'm gonna play Castle Gerenbreg. But the idea was, if my opponent had played a fetch land or something, I was going to play the Cavern anyway. But with them being tapped out, I can guarantee that I'm gonna get full value from the Azusa. Certain Visions was always awkward because of the old shuffling between. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so this kind of deck tended to play stuff like Search for Tomorrow and whatnot. Explore. Force, negate, mana leak. They can bolt Azusa in response, but remand my summoners back. That's a hard way to do it. Okay, so now we can do whatever we want. So 1, 2, 3. So we just play this. Fetch for Breeding Pool, tapped. And we actually set up lethal right here. GG's opponent. Well played. $3060? Okay. 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 Writing on the back of main deck Pact of Negation, yep. Somehow we managed to win that game 1 against the against the Mardu deck. How did we even win that game 1? I have no idea. When did we add the fetch, shock, and why? Also, how do things go versus blue-white spirits? 2 different questions. Number 1, we added fetches and shocks when Castle Gerenbreg was printed, and Castle Gerenbreg is a great card in our deck. In order to enable Castle Gerenbreg to enter untapped, you need some number of forests, and those can be breeding pools or basic forests. Misty Rainforest and like fetch lands of this kind are a way for you to see your basics more often. Or you can fetch for a duel, but like it's mostly so you see your basics more often against Blood Moon decks, and you also get some random kills because you get to fetch for a fetch land with the Primeval Titan, and then you get to get some extra Balaga triggers. It was even more relevant with Field of the Dead for obvious reasons, but even without Field, it's still a mighty fine addition to the deck. As far as the matchup against blue-white spirits, it's not great. What is great is this hand, though. What's not great is this lag. Show me that double discard spell, opponent. Show me that double discard spell. Gonna help me with this. I've been out for a while. I don't understand why AmuLIT people are playing 3 Dryads. I need answers. How's it going, Will? So we talked about it in the cast. The reason for wanting only playing 3 Dryads is that Azusa was always better at making a Titan faster, right? Like making 2 extra land drops. I don't need to explain to you that 1 extra land drop off of the Azusa can be the difference between casting a Titan a turn earlier or not. So that's the main reason for that. Man, I love how we are also protected against Liliana just incidentally because of Grazer. Also, there's the fact that with going back to the Stronghold and Sunhome, I honestly have not felt the need for Dryad as much. That is in part because of how I'm building my deck, obviously, but the lag is just ridiculous. But the idea is that basically it's nothing too crazy. It's just the fact that I have not particularly relied on Dryad too much. Going down to 1 Dryad and for Azusa, could that work? It could, but like your Dryad does get answered too, right? It's not that you're only gonna be it's not like you're always gonna be able to make it so your Dryad survives. How do you feel about Rain Adventurous Impulse? I don't like it. This Mardu deck is all over the place. Do I really want to? Radiant Fountain? Not really. Cut this. I'm still anti-Edward Gracer. I mean, you just saw what Gracer did right there. I think it's not great. I agree with you. I'm not a fan of Gracer, but I am at a point where I can see its upside, and considering the fact that the meta is super aggro right now, I also like its addition right now, specifically right now. What does that spider in the board? The spider in the board is for prowess mostly, both of the spiders. Are we getting mooned here? I did not sideboard against Blood Moon, and that was on purpose because I have not really seen these. I've not really seen these decks running Blood Moon, but if my opponent fetches for a basic here, I'm going to be very, very worried. Okay, sweet. So probably no Blood Moon, but we do need to be mindful of we do need to be mindful of Ashiok. I'd rather play scouts and lose to prowess a little harder and play a bunch of spiders instead actually have the prowess match. I have not played against prowess since I added the spiders, so I could not tell you. Please. They don't know about this. Nice, Liliana. Good. Got him. Oh, this is a perfect moment. This is a perfect moment.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Surprise, motherfucker. I am fairly interested in impacting for a Tireless Tracker here. It pressures the Nahiri. It allows me to use my mana right now. Because the issue that I have is that if my opponents plays a Primeval Titan... If I play a Primeval... If my opponent just passes the turn, they can draw a discard spell. And that puts me in a pretty awkward spot. The only problem is if my opponent is playing like... I don't know, like Molten Rain or whatever. Like any sort of... Like Fulminator Mage I would lose to my own Pact, for example. Is it worth it? Because I can even crack a clue right now thanks to the Crumbling Vestige. Then next turn we untap, we pay for our Pact, we play another land. So if my opponent doesn't have a Fulminator Mage effect, we don't care about Wildfire. We do care about Damping Sphere. Don't care about... Well, we do care about Blood Moon, but we can't beat Blood Moon anyway. We care about Damping Sphere. We care about... Can we beat Damping Sphere, though? I guess we can if we put Explosives on 2 right now. What's up, Hatelix? How's it going? Okay, so I guess I'm going to play around Damping Sphere here. I'm just going to deploy Explosives on 2. And then I'm going to play my my Gruul Turfs just so I have more green sources in play. So now, this coming turn, I just Titan. And I guess we can get a couple of basics. If my opponent has Ashiok, we go for Tracker instead. Kroxa. Kroxa's fine. Take my Crumbling Vestige. We just bog the Kroxa away. All right, show me that. What's the name of the card? So Bojuka Bog plus, I guess, Basic Forest is what I'm getting here. I guess I'm dying to Pact anyway. I'm trying to Blood Moon anyway. I kind of want to get a Basic Forest though. We don't lose to Damping Sphere, we don't lose to, against Blood Moon or Bust at this point, probably. Dreadbore is okay. Feast and Famine. One, 2, 3, and 4. I'm bouncing Colony Garden because I'm setting up to beat my opponent's Emrakul. Next turn we're gonna get to Hornet Queen, and then We are just beating their Emrakul. Yeah, I'm setting up to draw Stronghold so I can clock Nahiri. But even if my opponent minuses and gets Emrakul, like that's fine. Like whatever. I take 15 and I suck a bunch of plant tokens. So it's not even that big of a deal. Fulminator Mage. Ha! They did have it. Very interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Opponent definitely not ghosting. This is one less land that I need to sack, so I'm just gonna play another colony token. Just gonna make another colony token. My opponent can ultimate Nahiri to go get Emrakul, and it literally doesn't matter. Ha! They had it in hand! Wow, that's insane. Their card in hand was the fucking Emrakul. The Inquisition fizzles. Who will win the literal manifestation of destruction or little b? I mean, did you see that? It's like I think it's like a freaking. It's the art of a playmat or something. That's an Emrakul, and it's just like, oh what? 15 fucking squirrels! I can't do anything. Again, my opponent could have minus for Emrakul and it wouldn't have mattered, because I set up my board state in order to just kind of not care about the Emrakul at all. Ban Hornet Queen. I can't believe that we casually just top decked the Baloth after my opponent saw my hand and they knew that there was nothing there. And they just slammed Liliana plus, and it's just like, well, surprise, motherfucker. Just think that you could equip Hornet Queen with Skull Clamp. Oh wow. AmuLIT is good now. Just the astronaut meme. It always was. I love how I built this deck to beat on prowess, or to at least like have a shot against prowess and stuff, and we're just like not seeing prowess, yet we're still completely dominating. AmuLIT is one of the few decks that gets better when its best card gets banned. I know, right? Same thing with Summerbloom. It's just like Summerbloom is banned. Like, oh, okay, wait a second. Like this deck is still fine. Hogak was the same thing. Just like, oh, ban Bridge from below. Huh, okay, cool. I'm gonna build my deck better now. Hornet Queen is the only thing standing between Skull Clamp and legality, yeah. We got impaired against Andrea. God damn it. How long have I been playing AmuLIT Titan? Since 2014. So it's gonna be 7 years. Wow. How do we make a poll? How do we make a poll? Mods, can we make a poll and put it up to voting? Do we keep this hand or not? On the draw, I really want to keep this hand. In the meantime, Viriday with this description. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold Viriday. Hope you are digging the content. Oh, is he keep? I see many keeps in chat. I see many keeps in chat. This is just a league. Live the dream. All right. Oh, wow. You miss 100% of the turn 2 titans you don't keep. Truer sentences have never been said. Never did not have it. Never did not have it. Never did not have it. It's not a turn 2 titan, but it's a turn 3 kill. Also, what the fuck is Andrea doing over there? Something tells me it's likely that we get Karn this coming turn. Containment Bruises in Time Spiral Master with the old frame, no excuses. No Jam Astral Ren now. Oh man. That's just way too exciting. I'm not playing around explosives. Yeah, I'm not playing around explosives. Andrea, get me. Get me with that engineered explosives. I am ready. I am ready. Explode me. IKEA-tron. IKEA-tron sounds accurate. I called it! I fucking called it. God damn it. What do I think about Karn in the Titan deck? As far as I'm concerned, I am one of the first people to put Karn in an AmuLIT deck. So yes, I like it a lot. So next turn we can explore plus Dryad holding a Pact of Negation. Not the worst. Would Karn be good in this matchup? It would be medium, yeah, I think so. Core Tapper. Remember when I said that we were getting Karned? Resto Angel in the own frame with the newer art, fucking wizards. Wow, really? Why would you not use the OG art if you wanna... Ugh. Well, what do you got, Andrea? That's bad for me. Chalice on 0 means that this pact is dead, obviously. Andre is the secret recurring guest of Run Stream. Yeah, for real, right? I feel like I play against him literally every freaking day, right? I feel like I'm playing against Andrea all the time. He says I have the combo, now I have to assemble it in reasonable ways. I'm like, I have no idea what we're talking about, so show me. Bounces Karn, gets it back. Sculpting Steel? He's not netting mana here, though. It's not. He's using 4 mana and then he's untapping everything, so he's not netting any mana. This is 4 mana to cast. Oh no, it's 3 mana to cast. Okay, yeah, this is a Sculpting Steel. That's right, this is not the Ancestral Statue. Okay, so he gets there and then he minuses for Ballista. I'm just telling him, just show me the Ballista, it's in your sideboard and I'll pack it. I'm not gonna have him, you know, do this a million times, but like, I don't know, maybe he misregistered his walking Ballista, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, just bounce the Karn, get the Ballista, and just show me, and it's fine. How many explosives can he realistically be playing? Honestly. How many explosives can he realistically be playing? Oh, 4 main deck? Okay, that's a lot. The non-ad in the middle of a stream? What are you talking about, Kashgar? 4 in the main, 2 in the side. That sounds legal. Ratchet Bomb, of course. Suppose not have a Ballista at the mana. Well, the thing is that they bounce Karn and then minus Karn again. So that's what I told him. It's just like, bounce the Karn, minus on the Karn. I know that you have infinite mana. Sweet. We don't have to go through that. I just wanna know that he has a way to kill me. So I don't want to waste my time nor his time. I just want to be sure that I'm not conceding and he doesn't have a Ballista in his sideboard. You know what I'm saying? 4 in the main and 1 in the pocket. Yeah, 1 on the lap. Yeah, so there we go. So he's going to minus Karn. Show me Ballista. Boom, we pack it in. Okay, so Rex Sage sounds reasonable. Force of Vigor sounds reasonable. Explosives. Sounds kind of bad, honestly. Tracker is interesting because he just can come down and pressure Karn. Don't care about this, don't care about this. I probably want the one of explosives. Yeah, but Karn turns this off. Karn blanks the explosives. Go with something like this. Yeah, but I don't care about the clues. I care about being able to pressure my opponent's Karn. I don't think I want this member, no. I'd rather have explosives instead of this member. If Karn is in play, we're probably not in a good spot. Yes, if we can pressure it. That's the point that I'm trying to make. If I play Tireless Shocker, my opponent plays Karn, we're good. We're good because we have a 3-power attacker, and my opponent has a Planeswalker that I can attack, so we're fine. That's an okay spot to be in. Been living in 1 EE versus E-Tron. I got it destroyed, 2 Chalices and a Ballista. Yeah, it's an okay card to leave in. There's like some very narrow scenarios, and like it's when you're keeping those kind of high value 2-door targets, like the fact that you can transmute for explosives, it just makes it that much better, basically. So it's one of those things where like it's probably not like insane or anything, but it's probably okay enough. It's a way to put it, maybe. I think I'm just gonna Sage this. Well, now that I drew the land that I needed, it's just better to upkeep Force. Sucks to pitch the Sage, but like this is obviously just too good to pass up, so. Show me that Gust. Show me that counterspell. Nothing. Okay. He says I expected that. It's just like Force OP. Force OP, okay. Game number 3. Am I really supposed to get more explosives? Just for the cheese value? I'm totally gonna top deck these explosives at a bad time, and it's gonna be game losing, but no, field makes land sequencing really easy. Yeah, yeah, figuring out which lands to get in that sense. Very often you were kind of forced into getting like a Celestial Sanctuary or a Gruul Turf because you already have a Simic Growth in play, but in reality you really wanted a second blue source. Now that's not an issue anymore. You just get the bounce land that you wanted to all along. So in that sense it's pretty nice. Would absolutely play 4 castles. I don't think that's so clear cut. I think I'm gonna greed keep this hand. Turn 1 Valakut. Because this can potentially turn into an ETB and tap land if I find a base, if any of the forests. Steerings. An untap land off the top would be stellar, of course, particularly a basic forest, but since that didn't happen, we're gonna have to chill here. Because if he plays Karn here, we are obviously in immense amounts of trouble. Any untap land would be glorious. Any untap land would be absolutely glorious right here. Untap land, please. Any untap land. Yes. We're obviously going to be taking this 1-for-1 trade. Which in reality is more like a 2-for-1. Because they sack the core tapper. But as long as we can keep their mana in check. Oh, did I fuck up? I think I just fucked up. I guess it's fine. So we get to Titan next turn. So he's gonna need to have a very impressive turn back here. Explosives on 0, put a counter on it, blow it up. It blows up their own Surge node. Which is perfectly fine, because, well, you know, we have a Primeval Titan in play, so... So let's do Simic. Let's actually do Simic T West here. But I think I'm supposed to bounce some other land. Pew, 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 trophy. GG's, Andrea. That's a cool deck that he was playing. It's a fun one. He's been tearing it, by the way. 3rd in the trophy leader. Especially considering that this person was... I hear that they were cheating. They were abusing a bug and they got like 1 million trophies while abusing a bug, so... Yeah, that was Andrea. Not bad. Not bad. Not half bad. The only sad thing is that I still don't know whether these stupid spiders are good or not. Still have no idea whether these spiders are good. What I know is that AmuLIT is good. I'll tell you that much. What I do know is that this deck is pretty solid. I don't know what my actual results have been, but I think that I trophied like 5 or 4 out of the last 5 leagues that I played, or something like that. Pretty strong, pretty strong. They are itsy bitsy good. I mean, I don't know, but we're gonna be trying it out again, so maybe we have some better luck. That's gonna be it for this league though. We obviously got the trophy, which feels great, and if you do feel just as great, make sure you hit that follow button and that subscribe button and that like button or whatever it is that you have going on in your buttons in YouTube. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next league where we're gonna be running this list once again. See you there. Bye bye.